Let's see what's the new subject matter for me to review. Oh, wait, this just came into the mail. Well, it's about time. And from what the looks of it, it's French Club Legacy, a World War One board game. Oh, I have a lot to say about this, but first, roll that intro, please. Well, I finally got this Kickstarter, and this is the Trench Club Legacy. I backed this Kickstarter when it's first announced, like a year and a half ago. There was like a delay. It was supposed to be around May, but it finally showed up, and it came in an Amazon box. That's the first time I got this from a Kickstarter. This is the second Kickstarter I backed. First was the BattleTech one, but this is made from PK3 Games. And I believe it's a German company. But here is the stuff what you get in the back of the box. And from what you see, you got like a bunch of bunkers, the four factions that you're gonna have, and special unit cards. You can play this with a both um, ways. You could either play it with the Legacy Edition, like a campaign that you play as a campaign, or just like a regular skirmish game. You can also do this as co-op, or you can solo play this game. So there's a lot of option. And like I said, I backed this up and I finally got it, but it got delayed for a few more months. But it's here now. So these are all the contents in here from this box, and from what you get, it's pretty much of a good deal. And let's see what's inside the box. Here is what's in the box. You got the instruction manual for how to play the game. It's pretty self-explanatory with the rules, and it's not that big of a rule. So if you wanna start a campaign, you can play it here. Here's the campaign and how to run the fight against the AI if you want to play that for solo game. And it even says right there. And here are the stats for the units. So the force you're gonna be using will be Germany and Austro-Hungarian and France and Great Britain. All four factions are gonna be here. And as you can see from the, it's two-way. It says in German and in English. So for the language, so just like two kind of language you can use in here. So you're pretty much set in here, and it tells everything from transports to um, tanks, and they're pretty unique. Some armies are unique to their faction, and here are tokens you're gonna need, and where to like unit trackers or extra units just in case you need more, and some trenches. And here, so that will be multiple copies, but maybe someday they'll release something for miniatures. And here are the, for the legacy, basically a unit tracking ability for the map. And here are some stickers. And over here is a folder, top secret. Do not open it. If you're gonna, it's, I think that's for, it's only for basically for if you play the legacy. So like I said, there's like two ways there's multiple ways to play this campaign. And here's the game board map. So this is the summer area, and behind that there's like a winter. And here are like the news reports, and the, it's basically it's part of the legacy. So And here are the dice. I believe they're D10s or something. They're D10 dice. I Please leave a comment in there. And these are for coins. These are metal coins, and these are tracking tokens like experience and damage tokens. And here are another. This is the most important thing. Those are the thing for the legacy. It tells you for because you can play the year from 1915 all the way to 1919. Let's set it up onto the table and see what you're gonna get. And here it is. This is all the miniatures and in their glory. This is all the everything you got is in here with these miniatures from the British, the French, the Austro-Hungarians, and the Germans. It's not much, so I think that's the intent. It's doesn't have to be. You can use multiple copies with those tokens and to add up your infantry, but I think the gameplay is probably gonna design for that. It's not designed to be a huge game like Axis and Allies or Memoir 44, but this is enough to start. So playing this game, you're recommended to start with the skirmish level before you go into the legacy because there's more units in this thing. Adding those special units like from flamethrowers, blimps, bombers, and chemical weapons and everything like gas. So is this is like a this is like the overview of the army, and this is in the summer offensive or spring. And here are the components close by, and you can see that there's a timer, the 5 minute timer, and here are the cards and the news event for the Trench Legacy for the Legacy Edition, the mission tracker, and these are the news reports, and it's lettered so you won't it's basically lettered so it's in order. Same thing with the card, it's numbered. And here is the tracker for the tech trees for those technology you're gonna upgrade for upgrades. So you have the timer here, like I said, and you have the stuff that you need to run with those special units you can add in and to take the fort. So this can last you for a long time or like a let weekly campaign or a month. But and here are those special unit stuff. They're like 8 in the box. There's like 2 inside, depends, and you don't. It's in there from the beginning of the game. So that's the unit you're gonna use, like everything from stormtroopers and all that stuff. So you have to keep them in there. And here are the instructions. And I almost forgot you can add in some officers in there too. So that's basically designed for the legacy campaign. So a little bit get the first thing you gotta do is to get yourself used to playing the the basic board like the skirmish. Then you can move on to the campaign. That's basically what you to do. So it's pretty self-explanatory, and I this is pretty enjoyable to for. There's not many a lot of First World War One games in there, so this is one of those things that actually I kind of um, got from. So let's move on for the overall final thought. And for what you get in this miniatures, it's pretty decent. This is a standard edition, and I suspect they're gonna add expansion packs like the Americans, the Russians, the Ottomans, and all that other missions. What they need to add more is probably more miniatures, like infantry. Re-release some infantry miniatures, like you sculpt. But I think that's probably a future plan they're gonna do. But there's also the tokens that are included there, so they can cover multiple stuff. Like I said earlier, I think that you can play this 2 player and you control like Austro-Hungarians and um, the the Germans as a faction as you control in this game. So they might even add the Italians because I recall the Italians were in the Allied side. The Italians were in the Allied side, so more maps, probably more expansions on the way, I think. And they may even have there's even like boats in here. It's weird. And the when I look from the map, it's different. It's not identical. It's different mounting features. So this is like two maps. And like I played my first exposure to hex based warfare was Axis and Allies. So this is like basically it. And it's kind of funny because Axis and Allies they released the World War I game and it's named Axis and Allies 1914. Should have been Allies versus. It should have been Allies and Central Powers. But here, yeah, this is my first World War game. I know there's more out there, but you can't find a copy of those anymore. So this is my overall review of Trench Club Legacy, and I'm glad I supported this Kickstarter. This is Delion Fantasy 60 here, signing off. Happy wargaming, everybody.